Hello, hello, and welcome back to the 5 Foot Strong podcast. I am your host, Jessica Gerlock, and we are here with another very inspirational, informative, new episode all about how you achieve confidence and what you have to do, the action you have to do to actually get there. I actually want to start off this episode with a little quick story. There was a time in my life when I kept telling myself, especially when it came to my weight loss journey, that I'll do it when I felt more confident, when I felt ready, maybe, when I felt like I stopped second guessing myself, when I felt like I didn't belong in the room. And the truth is, I waited longer than I wanted to admit. I didn't feel confident when I started putting my voice out and being honest about mental health. I actually just did it, and the confidence came later. I didn't feel confident stepping into being a trainer, but I did it. And 10 years later, I'm very confident in my field. I didn't feel confident claiming spaces in rooms when I often felt like the smallest one there. If you listen to the last episode, it was called "Doing It Scared." Then you already know this: that fear doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. Fear actually means you're doing something that matters in your life. Fear is the reaction to something significant that maybe you can achieve or inspire to achieve. We think confidence is the entry fee. We think you have to be confident to start. But the truth is, we don't feel confident until we actually act and do the hard work that it takes, whatever your goal is. That moment never came for me. Confidence never showed up first. Action did. Confidence isn't a personality trait. It's not something you're born with or without. It's built over time. It's built from rep by rep, decision by decision. Each workout at a time after you do the actions and not before. Today's episode is going to be all about breaking the myth that you don't need confidence to start. You need to have courage to take the action when your hands are shaking and it's really hard and things are thrown your way that you never thought you'd be able to achieve. But while you might be unsure how it's going to turn out, think about this. Every strong person that you've ever admired, they didn't wait to feel ready. They moved first. They did the hard work first, and then the confidence followed. So if you've been waiting, especially on a weight loss journey or any kind of fitness journey, health journey, anything like that, if you've been sitting on the sidelines of your own life, waiting to feel different before you started, this episode's for you because we're going to break that myth. So let's get into it all. I remember one of the first things, the decisions that I made when I started my weight loss journey is that you need to pick a gym. And I was seeing a trainer who owned a gym, which was a CrossFit strength and conditioning gym. So people there, as somebody who was very overweight, very out of shape, to walk into a gym where everybody looked jacked and skinny was one of the hardest things to do. And I've said it in my book and I've said it many times. That's one of the reasons I chose working out at a community center, because I wasn't intimidated. But I didn't feel confident to be in a gym that I felt like I was the weakest link. I didn't want to be the strongest one there, but I wanted to feel like I didn't have to, I felt comfortable at where I was, and I didn't feel like I had to impress or up my game because of the environment that I was at. It's it's a very hard thing. You don't think your way into confidence. You kind of just got to like do it. And I guess I thought about it too much probably, but I worked out at that community center gym for probably 10 years. And now I feel comfortable going into a CrossFit gym, no problem. But at the time, the confidence wasn't there. The confidence wasn't even there to participate, to because I was in the pre-contemplation stage. We've talked about the stages of action. And it's like before action, it's like contemplation, pre-contemplation, and then when you don't even, it's not even crossed your mind. What happens? Let's take a thought process is what happens when we stop asking ourselves, am I confident enough to do something? And let's change that to, am I willing to do it? Because if you're willing to do it, then you can do anything. Ask yourself if it comes to a workout plan or a new health journey or a change to your diet or any kind of change in your life. Are you willing? And if you're willing, then start. Because the confidence won't come till you've proved yourself that you are able to make that action. It's a really interesting thing. As somebody who's gone through it personally, I felt so insecure in my own body that the word, like the feeling of being confident or anything like that didn't even cross my mind. I felt like I didn't belong. I felt like I had no idea what I was doing. And truthfully, I've been in many gyms now in on this career of mine, and I would say probably 90% of people don't know what they're doing in a gym, but they're doing it. So that's all that matters at that step. They'll gain confidence over time. But at first, you just have to be willing to make those changes. You got to be willing to take that first step. And if you're willing to take that first step in whatever your goal is or whatever your journey is, then over time and workout by workout and rep by rep, you will develop the confidence to achieve more, to give you that sense of, I'm able to do this. I can. Because, and I've come across this with a lot of clients too. They come in with this fear of exercise. And we've talked about fear stopping you from doing a lot of things. But fear stops action, which action is needed for confidence. So if fear is stopping you at the even, pre-contemplation stage of achieving something, then you won't be able to move on to the next stage, which maybe is a contemplation stage where you might think about it, and then maybe an action stage. You know what? It's again, it goes back to those baby steps. Whatever your health and weight loss goals are, it's important to not think about it too much. Don't overthink the process, which a lot of people do, but kind of just, it's weird to say, but like wake up one morning and say, I'm going to work out. That's the first step. Wake up one morning and say, I'm going to make a healthier choice when it comes to my breakfast or my lunch. That's the first step. Wake up one morning and say, I'm going to make a change and I'm going to keep it off. I'm going to work hard on this because I really want something that I've never been able to accomplish before. That you got to change that way of thinking. It's all about that positive mindset. I've talked about that a million times. I have it tattooed on the side of my ribs, mindset, because the way you perceive any challenge or journey or goal that you've never been able to achieve before, you got to do something that you've never been able to do before. So changing that mindset to I can't to I will, and I'm willing to be able to at least try something that you've never been able to do before and give it a real try. Again, I've said it, I want to emphasize if you want something that you've never been able to achieve before, especially in health and weight loss, you got to do something that you've never done before. And that might be working out if you've never worked out before. That might be making rules for you. Maybe prioritizing protein, maybe cutting out processed foods, whatever that may be. Are you willing to do it? Because if you're willing to do it, that's the first step. As long as you're willing to do something that you haven't done before, then you will achieve those goals. I never thought I'd be able to achieve 100-pound weight loss and keep it off. But as long as I was willing to give myself to the journey and do things that I've never been able to do before, and those days that are really hard and I wake up and I don't feel like working out, to be honest, those are the best workouts. I'm so accountable to myself. And I understand a lot of people, it's really hard to stay, especially in a fitness and weight loss journey. It's hard to stay accountable to yourself. But that's when, don't feel bad if you need to hire a trainer to stay accountable to your workouts. Don't feel bad. There's many different ways to hold yourself accountable to achieve health and weight loss goals. If that's what you really want, then you can achieve it as long as you are willing. And then the confidence comes. Confidence doesn't start at the first step of a journey. Confidence starts much further down the path. You just got to be willing to do the hard work, put that one foot in front of the other, and anything is possible at the end of the day. So, what does the first rep of an exercise teach you that too much thinking never will? Is that action creates belief. You can think about it all you want. It might look, oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do this. I hear it all the time. Oh, I can't do that exercise. It's too much. Oh, I can't do that. But if you do that first rep and it shows you that you are able to do it, that creates the belief in yourself that you could do another one and you can do another one. And that's it. But it's that fear that stops you from that overthinking, the fear, the self-doubt that stops you from achieving whatever goals you want to achieve. The challenge this week that I want to leave you guys with is, what is one action that you can take this week without waiting to even feel ready? What are you willing to do? That one step that would change if you trusted your action more than emotion. Are you willing to work out this week? Are you willing to maybe not order delivery service this week for a whole week? Are you willing to be more mindful when it comes to your eating? What is that one doable action that you guys can take without waiting to feel ready? What are you waiting for? Today's a great day to start. There is no better day than today to start whatever health and weight loss journey you have. And you know what? A journey is not linear. There's peaks and valleys. But the most important thing is that each day that you make those conscious decisions to live a healthier, happier, stronger life. And the confidence in that doesn't come overnight. It comes through hard work. And that action will create belief, and belief creates confidence. So, if there's one thing I want to take you guys to take away from today, is that you don't need to feel confident to move forward in whatever journey you have to take. Confidence is built because you showed up. You showed up for yourself over and over, rep by rep, workout by workout. That's because you showed up and built that confidence. You took the step. You kept going, even though it might have been uncomfortable. So, whatever you've been personally putting off, the conversation, the goal, the workout, the first rep, a new exercise, the first post, the first podcast, the first try, whatever it may be, let's get this reminder that you don't need to feel ready. Just do it and do that. Prove to yourself that you have what it takes to build confidence. And that becomes from the resilience and the strength inside of you. You need to be willing to be open and enjoy the journey rather than just worry about the destination. I appreciate everybody for listening to the 5 Foot Strong podcast. I really hope that you take something from this podcast to elevate your life, inspire you to live a healthier, happier life. Please, if you like this episode, please like, comment, subscribe to the podcast, and maybe even share it with someone who is waiting on that confidence that hasn't showed up yet because they haven't done the action. Because strength grows when we stop waiting and we stop moving and we start doing, and when we bring people together with us. So thank you all. I really do appreciate you all being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Do the work. Whether this is a reminder to get your workout in today, do it. This is 5 Foot Strong. This is taking control of your life, being as strong as you personally can, and inspiring and motivating others to join that journey with you. So remember, whether you are 5 feet tall like myself or 7 feet tall, we are all strong in our own unique and beautiful ways. Please have a great day. Stay strong. And whatever you've been holding off because you haven't been ready to do, start it. That's my reminder to you. Have a good one and see you next week.